Hi, thanks, Lavinia. And we're asking a lot of big questions here. So here goes my big question. How do we know we are successful in driving organizational learning? And first, introduce myself. I'm Bo. I'm impact lead at a learning provider called Lapaya, which actually makes me, I feel like I have the best job in the world. I get to work on driving measurable impact every day, both in our product as well as with our clients, as well as looking at the research that's been done. And I actually was a bit sneaky and I sneaked in two questions into one, because the first is actually looking at driving organizational learning. So, what is our role? And this has been touched on a little bit already. But when learning is already everywhere, when we can find anything on ChatGPT, what is our role in our organization? What are we actually doing? I would love to explore that further with anyone who wants. And what does success look like? What meaningful goals might we set to actually drive learning in our organizations? And then a bit of a reflection on our organizations themselves. I've seen such different organizations, completely hybrid, completely on-site, different industries, teams all over the world. Does that have an influence? Different industries, different products being produced, services. I wonder whether how that has an influence on how we see learning within our organizations. And I take a moment to imagine an organization where, as an employee, you're super set up for success at the start of your journey and at the start of, for example, a new role. You have a place to go to tackle your toughest challenges. You have like a community to join, knowledge to find, places to practice your tough skills you want to develop. And also that you're supported by your manager, your peers, and your team members in your development. Um, and as a manager, that as a team leader, you're supported in your plans in how to develop your team. So how might an organization like this look like? So that's one of the questions I'd love to tackle. And another side of it is, of course, how do we know that we've made progress in this? How do we know how can we measure that we're making progress? So a few thoughts on that are, first of all, our stakeholders. So the people, the business leaders we're helping to solve, are we helping them solve their challenges? Are we helping them to achieve their goals? Are we helping them with their goals, their business goals? And then on the other hand, of course, our employees, are we helping them develop? Are we helping them grow? Are we helping them achieve their challenges at work? And are we helping them contribute and feel part of the organization? And to do that, looking at both of those and probably more, what evidence can we collect and how can we collect that evidence? Is it qualitative evidence? Is it quantitative evidence? And is it during learning programs or is it outside of learning programs? Is it actually everywhere in everything that we're doing? So those are the questions. And throughout all of this, how can we know whether we're making progress and where we're maybe not making progress yet? So I'm curious to hear about all of your thoughts, what resonates from this, and how can we are there any questions that you already have some answers to?